Welcome, racing fans, to Motorsports Radio. Unfortunately, we got some sad news, and car racer Brian Clausen, who passed away on Sunday at the age of 27, accident during a U.S. Auto Club Market midget car race at Belleville High Banks in Belleville, Kansas. It was during a sprint car race where his open-wheel car flips at turn 4 and was struck by another vehicle. Clausen was airlifted to a hospital in Lincoln, Nebraska, where he was pronounced dead late Sunday. Brian Clausen made 26 career starts in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Brian Clausen also raced in the 100th running of the Indy 500, where he finished 23rd. Clausen had a goal for 2016, a goal set to race 200 open-wheel races. And according to sources, Clausen raced in 116 races with 27 wins. Brian Clausen passed away at age 27. Ladies and gentlemen, a moment of silence. All right, ladies and gentlemen, stick around because it's Motorsports Radio coming up next, right now. Welcome, racing fans, to Motorsports Radio, channel MR5, home of Motorsports Talk. And this is the Weekend Edition, NASCAR Xfinity Series winner for the Zippo 200 at the Glen, Joey Logano, and the number 12 Ford, who also led 67 laps. And NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race winner of the Cheez-It 355, Daytona 500 winner, Denny Hamlin, and number 11, Joe Gibbs Toyota, leading 10 laps, gained 2 points, started in 6th. Pole sitter Carl Edwards in the 19 Toyota finished in 15th. Most laps led on Sunday. Bart Keselowski leading 28. Carl Edwards led 25. In today's show, driver standings, racing news, and the racing schedule, and the history of the number 11. And we'll start with the driver standings as always. And the big news is, if I would say to you, ask this question: who is the leader in the driver standings for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series? And if you've been listening to this show or been following, you probably say to yourself, well, it's Kevin Harvick. It's always been Kevin Harvick. Well, not this week. This week it's Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski now the new points leader with the number 2 car with 727 points. And Kevin Harvick is in second place now with 718 points. And Kurt Busch in 3rd place. 4th place, it's Kyle Busch. He's with 670. Carl Edwards in 5th place. 6th place is Joey Logano with 652. Denny Hamlin in 7th place right now with 620. Martin Truex Jr. in 8th place. Matt Kenseth in 9th and sitting in 10th place. Jimmy Johnson in the 48 car. 578 points. From 11th to 15th place in order, it's Ryan Newman, Chase Elliott, Austin Dillon, Jay McMurray, and Kyle Larson. 16th through 20th, Trevor Bayne, Casey Kane, Ryan Blaney, AJ Allmendinger, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And then 21st to 25th, it's Dale Earnhardt Jr., Paul Menard, Greg Biffle, Danica Patrick, Clint Boyer, and Clint Boyer. Manufacturer standing for the Sprint Cup Series, Toyota in 1st place with 910 points, Chevrolet in 2nd with 875, and in 3rd place is Ford with 843. All right, now for the Xfinity Series. We also have a new points leader in the Xfinity Series. Elliott Sadler is now sitting in 1st place with the number 1 car. He's currently with 668 points. Daniel Suarez in 2nd place with 657. Ty Dillon in 3rd with the number 3 car. Eric Jones in 4th place. And Eric Jones, of course, the big news is that he will be racing in the Sprint Cup Series next year, 2017, for Furniture Row Racing, driving the 77 car. So Furniture Row Racing will have 2 cars out on the field next season. Justin Allgaier in 5th place. 6th place is Brandon Gowen. Brandon Poole in 7th place. 8th place is Brandon Jones. Darrell Wallace Jr. in 9th. Ryan Reed sits in 6th place with the 16 car, 496 points. From 11th through 15th place in order, it is Ryan Siege, Blake Koch, Ross Chastain, Dakota Armstrong, and Jeremy Clements. 16th through 20th, J.J. Elley, Garrett Smithley, Ryan Preece, Ray Black Jr., and Jeb Burton. 21st through 25th place in order: B.J. McLeod, Joey Gase, Justin Marks, Mario Gosselin, and David Starr. Manufacturer standings for the Xfinity Series: Toyota in first place with 840 points, Chevrolet in second with 801, Ford in third with 727, and in fourth place it's Dodge with 204. So we're just doing standings for Xfinity Series and Sprint Cup this week. Next week we'll probably do the trucks. Next week we'll do Sprint Cup, Xfinity, and trucks next week because the trucks come back next week. So there you go. And there won't be any change in the Sprint Cup Series since they're not racing this weekend. I got to remember to keep that list. Because if I throw it out, I got to rewire it again. So we'll do Sprint Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and trucks driver standings next week. Program note is next Monday we'll be on at 7:05. We're going to be on channel MR2 since we only have Xfinity Series this weekend. So we're going to do race notes and then MR5 for the full results, which again only one race. So MR2 and MR5 on Monday if you're on community radio at the Motorsports Radio section. So now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Motorsports Radio's History of the Numbers, and this week it's the number 11. Denny Hamlin wins the Cheez-It 355 at the Glen on Sunday, and the number 11 with a crazy finish. We got the race notes from that race over a community radio on the Motorsports Radio section, channel MR1. Definitely a crazy finish to Sunday's race. But the question is, who else drove the number 11? Year 1 of NASCAR 1949 in the NASCAR Strictly Stock Series. It was Skip Hershey, Jim Delaney, Kurt Foss, and Bob Epperson. NASCAR legend Fireball Roberts drove in 1950 in the NASCAR Grand National Series. Fireball Roberts also drove in 1951, 52, 53, and 57. And his name, Fireball Roberts, has nothing to do with racing. He was actually a baseball pitcher, and the name Fireball Roberts came for his pitching arm. Ned Jarrett drove the number 11 in 1959, 1961 through 66. Jim Stewart, 1961. Mario Andretti, 1967. A.J. Foyt. Ned Jarrett, during his run in 1961, won one race out of 40 races. 1962 won 6 out of 50. But in 65 won 13 races with 41 top 5s and 44 top 10s. Buddy Baker, 1971 and 72. with 2 wins, 28 races. Cale Yarborough, 1973 through 1980, with a total of 55 wins and a total of 237 races. Darrell Waltrip, 1981 to 86, 178 races with 43 wins. Terry Labonte, 1987 to 89, with 87 races and 4 wins. Bill Elliott, father of the rookie Chase Elliott, 1992 to 93. Brett Bodine, 1995 to 2002, also 2003. Also before that was Jeff Bodine, 1990 and 91. Other drivers: J.J. Elliott, Terry Labonte. Denny Hamlin starts driving the double one in 2005. Number 11 stats: 1,896 races, 208 wins, 70 top 5s. 705 top 5s, 961 top 10s, 1,339 top 20s, 152 poles, and some makes for the number 11: Ford, Chevy, Toyota, and Toyota for 337 races. Oldsmobile, Buick, Dodge, Studebaker, Plymouth, Hudson, Pontiac, Mercury, Lincoln, and Packard. Packard for only 1 race. So there you go. The history of the number 11. And of course, it's not all the drivers. I know I've seen the big list of all the drivers, but I just pick them. And so any comments, and please hit up on Twitter at MannyAll, and I'll be glad to hear from you. And I'm working on a comment box for community radio. Had it up, took it down, I got put back up. So there you go. Penalty update. This is always fun. Let's see who got some penalties this week. 2 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series teams were issued warnings after Sunday's race at Watkins Glen. Chip Ganassi Racing, the number 42 team, driven by Kyle Larson, the 42 team received a written warning for failing template inspection, pre-qualifying inspection. This is the second time failing template inspection, however, the team's first written warning. Woods Brothers, number 21 team, driven by Ryan Blaney, also failed inspection. This was a pre-race inspection, and they failed 2 times, and also pre-qualified inspection 2 times. The 21 team receives 4 warnings. Ooh, and the number 4 team, crew member Stuart Haas, number 4 team, driver Kevin Harvick, crew member Michael Castro suspended indefinitely for a behavioral violating sections 12.1 and 19 of the NASCAR rulebook. Oh man. So some safety enhancements in store for super speedway races in 2017. NASCAR will be implementing structural enhancements to vehicles in both NASCAR Sprint Cup and Xfinity Series for races at NASCAR's 2 super speedways, as we all know, Daytona and Talladega. Areas of the car that are to be addressed are the front firewall footbox area, the rear roll cage behind the driver's seat, behind the driver, and the left side door area. Right now, the safety measures are optional for 2016, but will be mandatory for 2017 and possibly mandatory for all events in 2018. There's one more super speedway race for 2016. That's Talladega during the Cup Chase, October 23rd. And that's only a Sprint Cup that's heading there in October. So as everybody knows, Truex Jr. was trying to pass Denny Hamlin to try to get a win for the 78 Furniture Row Racing team. However, on the last turn spun after contact from Brad Keselowski's number 2, Team Penske Ford, all coming out of the last turn before the finish line. Truex Jr. finished 7th at the Cheese at 355. Well, here's what conversed after Sunday's race. So Keselowski goes to apologize to Truex Jr. and after the race, right? And I guess Truex, and later says, Truex Jr. says, first he says, hell no, it don't help. And then he says, a guy pulls out in front of you. He says, I'm sorry. Well, no, you're sorry, but you're gonna damn stop doing stupid stuff, he said. Some other things, too. Okay. And as you know, Brad Keselowski, I guess we could say there's, there's some tension between Keselowski and the other drivers. There's also tension between the other drivers and Joey Logano, who they call Teeth, but I think I'm going to start calling him Ghost, because every time he comes out for driver introductions, he gets booed. So I don't know about that one. But Keselowski says, I went high on the 78, went high, and by then I was already deep in the corner, and I got into him and turned him. Keselowski takes full blame. Denny Hamlin comes in for the win. Now, if this isn't, or if turn 7 doesn't start things up, finishing second, Keselowski, as just mentioned, Keselowski's teammate Joey Logano finishes in second. Keselowski would finish in third. And of course, as you just heard, Keselowski now points leader in the Sprint Cup Series driver standings. So this is going to be very interesting, especially when we get close to the chase. And guys, of course, and during the chase is going to be even more crazy. So let's all. I'm ready. So now Sprint Cup racing this weekend. No Sprint Cup racing this weekend. Sprint Cup returns on August 20th for a Saturday night race at Bristol. So there you go. So is everybody Olympic out yet? So far, let's see. I watched men's rugby today before I came in here. Fiji defeated Great Britain 41-7. Let's see. I know Brazil beat Denmark 4-0. Let's see. I was watching the girls soccer, Team USA and Colombia. That turned out to be a draw. Michael Phelps, the beast. That guy's huge, man. He's definitely over 7 feet. Come on, 21 gold medals. That's crazy. So it's gonna be interesting. Archery is a fun one. And one of my favorites, beach volleyball. Gotta love the beach volleyball. Alright, so short show today because we really don't have a lot to talk about, do we? But here's the schedules coming up for this weekend, and there's only one race, NASCAR Xfinity Series, nobody else. No Sprint Cup, no trucks, no IndyCar, no Formula 1. It's just one NASCAR Xfinity Series race, and it's another road course. Okay, racing at the